Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinadata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
When they treated his incompetence, it's obvious they have an agenda. They've been trying to get him gone for over a year and haven't been able to. It's obvious the US Fed and Al-Sudani feel it's not necessary, or they would have probably done it already. Urgent. In numbers. The central bank buys dollars from the Ministry of Finance in an unprecedented move since 2003. Quote, "This rate will rise in the coming months with the central bank's inability to meet the need for Iraqi dinars, which may force it to increase the issued monetary mass to meet the ministry's expenditure needs." Al-Sudani's advisor announces, 2 missiles have returned negotiations to the US forces withdrawal to square one. I'm being told the World Court cleared a formal complaint today, and tomorrow is a definite possibility. We, the United States, are circling the wagons. If we circle the wagons, we're going to cut the economy off of Iraq and we're going to make them hurt. That's not good for the Iraqi dinar. It has now been announced that the US troops will not be leaving Iraq. The United States will never, in the foreseeable future, be leaving Iraq. We simply have too much invested in them to have another Afghanistan-style departure. The USA is there to stay. The monetary reform is very solid. Things are looking good. What happened with the CBI governor? He's not going anywhere. The government can't fire Alak in the same way Maliki fired the governor of the CBI, Dr. Shabibi. Maliki had no authority, he had no right to fire Dr. Shabibi. Dr. Shabibi went and worked with the US Treasury to make sure the monetary reform plan was completed. He's currently undergoing the stem cell treatment. He is in good spirits. He will give an update as soon as he can about the first treatment. Please keep Pops in your thoughts and prayers. I am hoping this is the week we are all blessed, keeping my fingers crossed it happens in the next couple of days, but no one knows. If it was my choice, it would have happened years ago. But I am confident it will happen. Central Bank of Iraq to the news, we are working to reduce the price of the dollar in the coming days. To be fair, that statement could be misleading because it's not Iraq's job to do anything to the United States currency value. They don't have any control over it, period. But what they do have control over is the dinar, that metro dinar. They can change the value of the currency. Alak said the Delete the Zeros project is still in play. If they raise the value of the Iraq dinar, obviously the value of the currency in respect to that ratio is going to change. Central Bank of Iraq to the news, we are working to reduce the price of the dollar in the coming days. Quote, the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Iraq has confirmed work is underway to reduce the price of the dollar against a dinar in the coming days. The US is not a hold-up. You guys can call it like that, but the US is not a hold-up. They want to really help the economy in Iraq. Because they destroy it, now they want to build it again. They're waiting for the right moment to put it back normal. The middle of Iraq's fiscal budget period has everything to do with the timing of the rate change. Government advisor explains the possibility of using the dinar instead of the dollar in oil sales. Saleh is educating the people, they're keeping it fresh in the citizens' minds as there's a likelihood there's going to be a big change coming. That will likely reflect the flexible exchange rate system. Government advisor explains the possibility of using the dinar instead of the dollar in oil sales. Quote, will it be a fixed exchange system supported by foreign reserves, or will it be a flexible exchange system in which the petrodinar changes with the change in oil prices? These are paths that have no answers on the ground and are really very ambiguous. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Mohammed al-Sudani, Iraq has achieved significant growth in its non-oil revenues, rising from 7 trillion Iraqi dinars to 27 trillion dinars in 2 years. This remarkable increase indicates a strategic shift towards diversifying the economy and enhancing its stability. This growth is attributed to several targeted economic reforms and initiatives. Income and wealth tax revenues. Income tax revenues increased by 118%, reflecting the successful implementation of tax reforms and improved taxpayer compliance. This significant increase indicates an effective restructuring of the tax system and enhanced financial oversight. Commodity tax revenues. Revenues from commodities increased significantly by 285%. This growth can be attributed to improved production techniques, expanded export markets, and strategic investment in the commodities sector. Fee revenues doubled. Fees collected by the government increased by 50%, indicating enhanced organizational efficiency and better management of administrative processes. This growth underscores the government's ability to improve revenue generation from various sectors.